It's canning season. These are some of the most popular and unique recipes. I'm going to start with more mainstream style recipes and then get into the very fun ones, so make sure to stick around for the fun ones towards the end. And the one that is probably the most popular around the garden and canning community is zucchini pineapple. This has become one of my favorite recipes to make. It's such a great way to use up all of that zucchini. So I'm starting by peeling the zucchini, and then if you have large zucchini like mine, you'll want to take the big seeds out of the center. Ideally, you would pick them before they get to that point, but no problem if you have to cut the seeds out. From there, we can do one of two things, either dice or shred our zucchini. So here I am dicing the zucchini into 1/2-inch cubes, and then I am going to measure out how much I have in my pot. My pot has measuring marks on it, and then I am going to do the same thing for the shredded, and you could use any color of summer zucchini or squash, whether it's yellow or green. And for these shredded ones, I decided instead of shredding by hand, I was going to use the shredding setting of my food processor. It's really a blender, but it does both. And that made that so quick and easy. Then it's time to get everything mixed together. It's lemon juice and sugar, and then the main star, which is the canned pineapple juice. All of this gets stirred together, and then we let it simmer for 20 minutes. And once it's simmered for 20 minutes, we start by jarring up our ingredients just like we normally would. I'm going to do this for both the cubed and the shredded zucchini. We need to fill these jars to a 1/2-inch headspace, and then of course debubble and verify our headspace. And you can always add or remove to get to the right amount of headspace. Headspace is super important, so we don't want to miss that step. Now this has a lot of sugar, so I'm using vinegar to clean off the top so it's not sticky. And of course, I am getting the lids and rings on, rings finger tight, and then I will get them in the canner and 1/2 pints or pints process for 15, 20, or 25 minutes, depending on what your elevation is. So for me, it is 20 minutes, and I am going to process both my shredded and my cubed zucchini at the same time because it's the same product, just a little different looking. And once it's in the canner, of course, we're just going to let it come up to a rolling boil before we start our timer for that 20 minutes. And then once those 20 minutes for me, or 15 or 25, depending on where you live, are up, I will let the canner just sit with the temperature off for about 5 minutes just to cool down slightly, and then I will take the jars out, and I let everything cool in the canner a bit before taking it out because I don't want any siphoning, which is the insides of the jars coming onto the outside of the jars. So here is the final product of all of these all together. They are beautiful. I made a ton of them, probably more than I need, but I was just so obsessed that I needed to make a full batch twice, one in each shape.